Shalom, everyone. Welcome back. One time, a philosophy professor at a university was giving his final exam to his class, and everyone studied up. And they spent many long hours cramming for his final exam, which all the grades depended on it. And they got to the study hall, the examination room, and they opened up their folder where it had all the questions in it. And lo and behold, there was one thing on it, there was one word written, just one word in big letters, and that word was "why." Well, the students went crazy over this, and they started writing like crazy, and they're writing and they're scribbling and they're going on, and sometimes for hours, answering this very, very deep question: why? And meanwhile, one fellow just wrote something very quickly and left. And that was it. And everyone was very perplexed. What's going on? Finally came the results of the exam, and some people got A's, some people got C's, some people got D's, some people even failed. The one fellow got an A plus. And what was the answer that he wrote to the question, why? He wrote, "Why not?" That was the whole answer. And for that, the professor gave him an A plus. The question we always ask is, why do things happen? Why was there a Holocaust? Why was there a terrible accident? Why do the good suffer and the wicked prosper? Why does this happen? Why does that happen? And sometimes we have answers, sometimes we don't. The great king of Israel, King Solomon, looked around and he said, "I find the answers to all the mitzvahs of the Torah, except for the question of the paraduma, the red heifer, why we do that." He said, "For that, I have no answer at all. I have no idea why that mitzvah is in the Torah." The question is, why? And the answer is, only God knows the answer. Why not? The truth is that science tells us how things work, but religion tells us why it works. And only through the answers of religion, the answers of the Torah, can we find exactly the reasons for these things, why they work, because they are ultimately God given. So we don't always have answers. We may know how things work, but sometimes ultimately we really don't know why they work. Why is it that a human being who is basically flesh and blood, whose 80%, 90% of them, the body is water, why does it function the way it does? And it's so complex and so remarkable. Why does that happen? Well, we know how it works. We know how the blood flows and how the air gives life to us, and how we walk and how we think and how we see and all the senses and everything. But ultimately, we really don't know why. We have to look at the Torah, and the Torah tells us why. The Torah gives us a good idea, a good understanding of why. And how do we find that? By looking in the Torah. So I challenge you to take a look in the Torah, see what the Torah says about the purpose of life and why God created us, and there we'll find the answers. Shalom, and have a good week.